Before we start this video, thank you to the members of both of the channels. What is up, boys? We are going to be going over the brand new diecast engines. We just got official reveals for some of these characters, such as Rosie, Diesel, Toby, and the Troublesome Truck. And then we also got a better look at Percy and Thomas and Harold. So first off, we're just going to go right down the line here. We have Toby. Toby has a different colored roof now. He also has gray wheels. He does not have his side plates. His cow catchers are also red, going along with the running board and the red magnet. Toby's face does look much better than it does on the box, but I really do like Toby's color scheme. I like the lighter brown and then the darker brown. He also does have rails for his cab, his driver and fireman, who are hopefully going to be in the show. But yeah, we do have Toby's funnel at the back. So it's kind of like the roof has been flipped. We don't see a bell, but there is a funnel, and it is in the back now. No side plates, gray wheels, but the face is looking better than it does on the box. So overall, I'm not mad about Toby at all. I just wish he had side plates. That's really what is killing it for me. But it's not a bad Toby, I'm going to say. But yeah, he really does need his side plates. But this makes you wonder if Mavis is even going to have side plates as well, or if Mavis is going to have exposed gray wheels just like Toby. I hope not, but that's the direction we're heading in. Now we have Rosie, and Rosie looks a bit strange from this angle. It's almost like Rosie looks better from a side angle. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that her boiler and tanks just seem a bit big for how small her face is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Percy's face and Diesel's face and Thomas's face looks more proportionate for their bodies than Rosie's does. It could just be the angle, but it also shows that Rosie does have gold on the front side of her headlamp in front of her funnel. So that's a good thing that we didn't see from the side angle. So that's a plus. Now we can't forget we are getting motorized Rosie and motorized Diesel. So those are two more engines we have not seen yet in their motorized forms. But Rosie, like I said, my problems with her is that she kind of just looks like a red blob, and the running board needed some sort of gold stripe to really separate her body, her tanks, and boiler from the wheel set. But I'm glad she has red wheels and not gray wheels. But overall, Rosie could have been worse. I'm glad she has gold on the headlamp. Moving on to Diesel. Diesel's face looks much better. I think all of these faces look better than they do on the box. I think Thomas's face actually looks better on the box packaging, but everyone else's looks better on the diecast release, even the Troublesome Trucks as well. But Diesel has a red running board now. Before, he only had a red buffer beam, but now full red running board for Devious Diesel, which is brand new. He also does have purple eyes, but again, Diesel's face doesn't look as bad as it could. He still is not angry or looking really devious, so that's kind of a negative. But diecast Diesel has always felt really, really stale because he's just a Class 08 shunting Diesel. It's pretty bland. We've seen a million of these released. He's kind of just a black blob, so Diesel is really nothing special. Really has never been anything special, to be honest with you. But he's got gray wheels and a red running board, so that's a negative. But the face looks better than I thought it would, I guess, but it's nothing good, to be honest. Moving on to the Troublesome Truck. The Troublesome Truck, from this angle, looks a bit strange because he is much longer than a Troublesome Truck typically would be, but it is a change from previous, I guess, diecast or push-along releases for Troublesome Truck, so it is much longer, and it is using the chassis of a tender, I believe. For example, I believe the Troublesome Truck shares the same chassis as diecast Gordon or James's tenders, so that's why he is that long, and he's not shorter, if that makes sense, lengthwise. But the face does look better than it does on the box packaging for him. The face could be worse. It 1000% could be worse. The CGI series had horrible baby faces for all of these characters, all of them. And the Troublesome Trucks were butchered in the CGI series. Absolutely ruined. I hated them. And I like this Troublesome Truck so much better than the typical CGI series ones. So much better. Thank you, Mattel. You gave us a fresh new look for these characters and, pieces of rolling stock such as Scruffy and Toad, who, in my opinion, looked awful in the CGI series. So, Mattel, thank you for that. It is a shame that his wagon color is yellow, though. But maybe they did it just to have different colors and make the troublesome truck stand out and not have it be like dark gray or something. Who knows what the reasoning is? It's probably just for color and to stand out. But thankfully, they did not give him a red running board like all of these other diecasts on screen. So, troublesome truck could be better, obviously, but it could be a lot worse. But I think it's better than the CGI series ones, that's for sure. Moving on to Thomas. These engines are much better than the 80th anniversary slop, that is for sure. Thank you, Mattel, for giving us a fresh new look for Thomas. Finally, was so tired of that baby CGI version, utter trash. So thankfully, Thomas has a brand new look. Thomas and Percy have headlamps on their running board right above their buffer beam. I like that Thomas's funnel is the correct height now. It is much taller. I do like his fresh, brand new look of a face. His number one is bigger as well. His cab is closed off on the inside, so that's good as well. It's just a shame that the whistles are not painted for Percy and Thomas, but we saw that footage of Thomas in the new CGI teaser for the brand new TV series, so Thomas he's not looking bad, that's for sure. He does have different colored side rods in the TV series now as well with the bigger number one, but if the whistle was painted, this model would be so much better for me. But just the typical Thomas now we will have for many years to come. Moving on to Percy, much better than his CGI series counterpart. Much, much better. So we have Percy with his sly, smirking look, I guess. It's a shame his whistle and dome are not painted either like they should be. I think all of these were just really easy things to do. I mean, they already have different colors on those molds. You have the boiler stripes on Thomas and Percy. You already have different colors. You already have gold/yellow on Thomas's tanks with the number one. So just use it on the whistle. You already have that for Percy's number 6 too. So just use it on the whistle and dome. It doesn't make any sense why they're not colored. Kids are going to notice that, Thomas's whistle is iconic, and when they look at this toy, they're going to be like, oh, that's a shame. It's just cheap plastic, unpainted. That's kind of a joke. But it could be worse, as always. Surprisingly, it can be worse. But Percy, a better version of him right here than the CGI series, of course. Thank you, Mattel, again. Thank you. Percy, I think I prefer Thomas and Toby over Percy. Percy's face looks a little large. And Rosie's looks a little small. I don't know if it's just the size of the engines in these angles, but the faces seem to be different sizes. Percy seems to have a fatter face, but he had a pitiful, pathetic baby face in the CGI series as well anyway. So, yeah, that's Percy. Moving on to Harold. Harold was absolutely butchered. There's not much to say about Harold. Yeah, Harold sucks. So let me know what you think about these diecast engines down below. I think my favorites are going to be Thomas and Toby and the troublesome truck. Rosie just looks a bit strange from this angle. Same with Percy's face. I don't know if it's the size of the faces, but better upgrades and changes from the CGI series. So thank you, Mattel, for that. But these are the brand new diecasts in these different angles. Let me know your thoughts down below.